Hey, what is up everyone? It's Rinku and it's time for the Korean BDO Patch Notes Weekly. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot about the cash shop and we're doing it first, so look at this beautiful creature. I had to open it on this. Look at this thing. Look at the best, most beautiful, cutest pet I have ever seen. I don't know how they do it, but they keep making cuter and cuter pets, and we have the baby turtle. So we can also look at all their animations by left clicking, so let's just look here. There, he's asleep. There, he's getting like pushed back a little bit. There, he's just standing, he's just looking, talking to you, saying hi. Same thing. So the animations, I do realize every time I left click it's random, so there we go. Seems pretty good. Now, he also has 3 versions. So we have the beautiful normal baby turtle. Then we have Bowser edition. How awesome is that? I mean, that's kind of cool, you know? Literally spikes with the collar and like the little spiky horn things. It's just really cool. I really like it. Now, finally, we have the true baby turtle, even with like the egg still on its head. It's so cute. Like, how could you not want this? Like, this is like top tier pet, and by that I mean like one of the cutest pets. People asked me like last time when I said I claimed that the last pet was the best pet, and my claim was that because it was the cutest. So don't take me seriously. All pets are pretty much similar, but yeah, I base pets on how good they are based on how cute they look pretty much at this point, because this is like, look, let's just look at this. How could you not wanna pick this up and keep it forever? Alright, so I'm sure what you guys actually want to see in the cash shop is the new striker set. For all those strikers out there, yes, he finally did get a new armor set. It looks pretty badass. He's got like these little face markings, pretty cool. He's like from the Moon Tribe or something, I don't know. But I like it. I like that he's actually getting armor sets. I like the spikes over here, like the difference, the little ribbons he's got. And there's the awakening weapon. Looks pretty fucking badass. Oh, okay. Now I haven't actually seen the awakening weapon, but I do really like the fucking mouth here, like the white mouth. Is that like glowing? I don't even know. I wonder what it would look like dyed, but it looks pretty crazy. I mean, overall, this outfit looks pretty awesome. I can't wait to see people dyeing it and wearing it around. But that's it for the cash shop. I guess now we'll go in the patch notes and see all the stuff that has changed. Today, we have some skill reworks, new accessories, and a bunch of small but awesome updates. First up is the event section. Now, they're getting a Karlstein costume within the anniversary attendance rewards, and I believe it's permanent. I'm not 100% sure, but I can say I don't think we will get a permanent Pearl costume on the NA and EU version. So the event section is the one section where I always try to tell people we probably won't get the same exact thing. We'll get something similar, probably, maybe, but we can never depend on the exact event rewards because they always like to change it up, especially from our version differences. So they also have the Determined Water Park. Will be available to August 31st in Korea as well. So yeah, now we have some class changes. So they have completely reworked every single class as far as their beginning skills go. For more exciting gameplay, all characters will now have the following skills immediately after the character is created. So they wanted to make the intro to the game more exciting by giving you more skills, because most of these skills are obtained within the first, I'd say, 20 levels or so. So you would probably get these skills within minutes of playing anyways if you just did some quests, but it's cool that right when you start the character you have everything available and you can get into the action faster. So I just overall like this update. It's very cool. They also have the required levels for some skills changed as well. So they're revamping the skills, making it a little bit easier. They've lowered the skills for everything except for, I guess, except for Tamer, right? I mean, higher, lower, higher, lower, lower, higher, higher, lower, higher, lower. So they pretty much lowered every single skill except for this one Tamer skill. I don't know why. I don't know why this matters. But overall, all this is to help people and to get skills earlier and to get into the, to using more skills earlier. So pretty much probably increasing the level 1 to 20 grind, like higher than that, I guess. And also, I would assume some of these may cost, I don't know, some of these may have cost skill points. If they're unlocked immediately, they're probably free, right? I'm not sure if that affects skill point builds. If it does, feel free to comment in below, because I'm not entirely sure if this will actually affect skill point builds, like if you'll have more skill points after this. I don't think so. But, continuing on, we still have some more updates. Also, I usually don't go over specific class changes as far as like balancing goes, but Mystic is so new and they did fix a lot of stuff, so I'm not sure if you would consider a buff, if they even buffed anything about her, but they fixed a lot of stuff, like the text was wrong in some of her skills, descriptions were wrong, you can now do different things, so I would give this a read if you're looking into Mystic, and just interesting stuff. They do have a huge section for them. So now there is a giant item section with all these new items, so let's go over them. So now you can get Mysterious Powder by grinding Spirit Stones. I'm not sure where you'd get the Spirit Stones, but this Mysterious Powder is used to repair Alchemy Stones, and it will be repaired the same amount as if it was a blood item. Also, the new ship, the Etheria Convoy, now has equipment that can be bought from wharf managers, just like the Etheria Sailboat. The Etheria Convoy now has like own armor and stuff. Very cool. They also, new item effects have been added to Beginner Serenity's soldier costume. New item effects? Oh, just movement speed. Okay. Thought they meant visual effects for a second there, but yeah, just movement speed plus 2 to that. That's pretty cool. Also, so if you look at this, they added a whole new accessory set called Asula's Red Eyes. Now they have an accessory for every slot. They have the necklace, the belt, the ring, the earring, and here are the stats, all right here. Now they also have set effects. For 3 pieces you get 300 HP, that's actually a pretty beefy HP upgrade, as well as if you have 5, you'll get 20 accuracy. So that's, I mean, this is like a whole red coral earring. This is like a lot of accuracy. This is not like 5 accuracy, this is 20. So, and if we look at the stats here, they are actually pretty good. Now, I believe the whole gimmick is that they can't be enhanced. I don't see anything about them being enhanced, as these accessories cannot be enhanced or sold in the marketplace. Oh, you can't even trade these. So, they are really good, but they're like a starting point. You can, of course, upgrade other stuff currently in game to be way better than this, but the set effects and like the off the bat stats. So if we just look at this here, the AP on the necklace is already more than a default ogre ring. It's already more than a tri-bears, a duo good deeds, which is, they're all 3 that I listed were 10 AP. So this is honestly a pretty good necklace with 3 DP as well, like in addition, just like straight up. And you get it at the abandoned iron mine. So that's kind of interesting. The belt has 6 AP, 100 carry weight. The rings have 7 AP, 25 HP. By the way, this is exactly the same as the Valencia ring, so literally you don't even need to do the Valencia questline if you get this, because they're basically the same thing, and this one has a set effect, the Valencia ring does not. Also, the earring, 7 AP, which is equivalent to a Tundra earring, and 2 DP. Like, this is overall like, a really, really good set, especially for new players, for cost efficiency, for budgeting. This is a really, really good set. I'm actually very surprised. Now, I don't see anything in the descriptions over here about where these actually come from. They just say location, so Abandoned Iron Mine, Elric Shrine, Helms, and Helms. But I'm not sure if they're a drop or if they're a quest, because if they're a daily quest that you can get like maybe a day every day or every week or something, that's interesting. If they're a drop, that's entirely different. It says they cannot be traded, so I really think they would be a quest item, because there's already a necklace for Elric's and a belt at Helms for other stuff, so these could be drops, and it's really interesting if it's a drop and not be sold at, it can't be sold at Marketplace, but I'm not really sure. I'll have to look into that, maybe if I can find that soon here. So yeah, I don't see anything on this page about where the Red Eyes drops or if it comes from a quest other than this location, but it's still pretty cool that these are coming soon. So there are some more items. There's the lootable Shamanic Doll, which has been added to the Kama Sylvia region. This is kind of like relic fragments to make the scroll. These are like the dolls, and they make the Mansion Mansham Nark's Stone. I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce anything, but hopefully that was close to on the point. Now, this stone summons, I guess, Mansham or the Narc, or the Narcs are coming, I don't know. But apparently we're gonna summon a Narc and we're gonna kill him, I guess. And there's a chance to obtain Narc's earring from the reward bundle. I have no idea what Narc's earring is, but sounds pretty crazy. So there's a new scroll, a new boss, probably, maybe, if he's not already existed, and you can now get stuff from him. So I just went and looked up Mansham Narc because I wasn't really sure who he was, but he has already existed in Sylvia. He actually existed as a daily for the Black Spirit. So there was already a way to summon him and get this earring. However, this just adds another way to summon him and get the earring, which is pretty cool. Now, Narc's earring is actually equivalent to Witch's earring, and it's basically the same but with added bonuses. So it's a Witch's earring, but it has 1 DP. At Pry it has 1 DP, and then every upgrade after Pry, I guess it gets more DP. So Duo it has 2, Try it has 3 DP, etc. And it also has additional damage to Sylvian mobs. So it seems to be a trend in Sylvia for all the accessories to do additional damage to Sylvia monsters, because Sylvia seems like it is the end game. So every single update that gives like additional damage to only Sylvian monsters, especially when it's like end game like rewards and like endgame gear and stuff, is pretty much all pointing towards the idea that once you hit level 60 to 62, you'll probably be trading Sylvia for the rest of your life until I mean, that's just the way I see it, until they add some crazy new content that even surpasses that and you're like a top tier elitist at that point. But it's pretty crazy that I might actually start training there someday, forever, maybe. And it's just beautiful, so I have no problems with that either. So the land is amazing, and all these new ways to summon new bosses and new monsters and new things giving you additional damage to only Sylvian monsters, it's honestly pretty cool. So very cool stuff. And now this, I just want to point out, it says Rift of the Barbarian has been officially added. We have already seen this added to the game. We've already seen it tested. We've already seen it changed. I'm not sure why they're announcing this again, but I don't know how much has even changed, because it's just literally restating the obvious. It's kind of just restating all the official information about it, but it's not really saying what it's changed, because it's just saying it's been officially added. It's not saying it's been officially like revamped or something. So not really sure. I'm just gonna assume most of it is exactly the same as before. Alright, we're almost through with the exciting stuff now. Last little update. I really think this is probably going to come to our version soon, seeing as how fast the Sazin and Schultz update came to us. So something to look forward to. All the monsters in pretty much the Media region have now had their EXP increased for the second time and their AP set, just like Sazin did. So Sazin and everything else got an EXP boost, and then Sazin got another EXP boost and an AP recommendation. And now these monsters are all getting the second EXP boost as well as the AP recommendation for them as well. So Abandoned Iron Mine is actually recommended for the lowest AP. So I guess these are the weakest in Media. I actually did not know of how different these mobs were because I had never tested them. But it looks like Abandoned Iron Mine is the first place you should go with the lowest recommended AP from 70 to 90. Then it's mains at 80 to 100, or Wandering Rogues Den 80 to 100. And then it's Helms 90 to 110, and Elrics is just slightly above that, 95 to 150. I would say Elrics are definitely the strongest out of all these, and I do agree with all these, so pretty cool stuff. But on the map, it'll also say these recommended AP ranges, and it also says there will not be any big difference in grinding efficiency even when the character's AP is higher than the recommended AP. Now, the only way this could be true in my head is if the recommended AP, like let's say 90 for Iron Mine and 150 for Elrics, if you can one-shot every monster in the area with that AP, then I could see this being true. But if you cannot one-shot, like let's say like the toughest Elric with 150 AP, and you can still stack more AP to do more damage, there's been proven that there's no AP cap, even though accuracy is important. So I really don't see how this is true unless you can literally one-shot everything with these max APs. I'm not sure if you can on every class, which is why it's kind of difficult for me to just say you can or you can't, but it's very interesting that they're claiming that there will be, I mean, it just says there will not be any big difference. So, I mean, take that for what you will, I guess. It is cacao. So, Lastly, something I just want to point out, the storage manager and this guild stablekeeper at Sand Grain Bazaar haven't relocated. Thank fucking god. I absolutely hate where the storage keeper was. I don't even know where the guild stable keeper was, but the storage keeper, you literally had to go in a maze through autopathing just to store your shit there, just to get stuff there. So like, it was just kind of a pain in the ass whenever I was like in the area and I needed to bank some money or something. It was just kind of annoying. So I'm glad they actually did that. Now, I think that is everything.